Mustang Football is brought to you by T.O. Charlie's. See T.O. Charlie's for a great used car or truck today. If you don't see what you want on the lot, they will find it for you at 700 West Platte in Fort Morgan. The Mustangs looking to take advantage of the muffed punt return by Windsor. They have the ball at the 35-yard line, now moving from right to left. They'll be attacking this north end zone. Anderson split to the near side. Bohm and Alexander in the backfield. Martins keeps it himself. He rolls to the right, to the far side. He'll be dragged down, and as he's dragged down, he releases the football, and he throws an interception, and it is going to come back for a touchdown. At the 10, the 5, and into the end zone is Windsor. Lance Cox, I believe, on that interception return. Yes, it is Lance Cox, so a change of fortunes as now Windsor leads 13-0 as Martins throws the interception on a 2nd and 7 play.
An ill-advised pass. He was going around, had a man, didn't see him, started to scramble, and then as the defender got him from behind and started to pull him back, he threw up a lame duck, and the Windsor defense attacked it and took it for a pick 6.
Only Martin's 2nd interception on the season. The first one returned for a touchdown, though. We'll see Ellens come in out of the hold of Weimers. He puts it up, and it is good. So 14-0 now. Windsor leads just into the second quarter. 11:48 on the clock. Check that, 11:40 on the clock. We'll step aside. You're listening to Mustang Football on B106 and B106.com. Welcome back into Legion Field as the Mustangs offense now hitting the wrong team in terms of the color of uniform that you're looking for. As Martins throws a pick, and Lance Cox for the Wizards returns it 75 yards for the touchdown to give Windsor the 14-0 lead here at Legion Field. Ellens tees the ball up at the 40. He'll kick it away. It'll be fielded at about the 10-yard line now for the Mustangs, and he gets through, does the man. That's Pineda on the return. He'll get up to about the 29-yard line. So we're seeing some good returns here, about one tackle away from really breaking them loose for the Mustangs. And it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at the 29-yard line of their own territory.
Boy, Fort Morgan really had it going that last drive, and just that one mistake really gave all the momentum back to Windsor. Now we have 72 yards to go to score. Let's hope they can respond.
So we've already seen 2 turnovers here for the Mustangs offense. As Martins goes under center, he will turn, and it puts the ball on the ground again. This time Alexander jumps on top of it. We'll see what happens. Windsor claiming they have it, and they do. So the option play again as Martins really doesn't look comfortable pitching the football to his backs. That's the second time that a failed connection with Alexander, and we'll see the defense come back onto the field. A short-lived drive that time.
Boy, that is not what Fort Morgan needs right now. But playing football is all about dealing with adversity. And let's get out there, let's get settled down, and let's try and get control of this ball game back from Windsor.
We'll see Sanger go to work again under center. He's looking to pass. He throws it down the far sideline, almost picked off, but out of bounds, and it falls incomplete. Cody Davis over there for the Mustangs trying to pick that ball off, looking for his 2nd interception on the season.
Yeah, I'm almost thinking that I'd like to see Chisholm maybe burn a timeout here and just settle down his defense and say, let's not, panic and give up at this point. Let's keep playing fundamentals.
Windsor again with the short field as the handoff goes inside. Nothing doing there. Couple-yard gain on the 2nd down play. That'll bring up a 3rd and 6. Check that at 3rd and 7.
They did a good job of stuffing that play up the middle. Fort Morgan just needs to, again, hold them here and let that offense have another chance at the ball.
Singer again will bring his man in motion. Fake the inside give, keeping himself go off the far side. He'll be wrapped up there by a couple Mustang tacklers, so gain a couple yards. And it'll bring up a 4th down play.
4th down and 5. If Fort Morgan can just hold them here, that's going to be huge.
Mustang football brought to you by Platte Valley Hearing Center, 417 Main Street in Fort Morgan, getting your hearing to its very best. A big fourth down play here, as we've already seen the Mustangs defense hold on a fourth down play and survive a missed field goal. Windsor elects to go for it here as the ball is at the 20-yard line. Sanger will keep it. He's looking to pass. He rolls to this near side. Has a man open down the middle of the field. It's tipped, and Schmidt catches it. He leans across for the goal line and into the end zone. Cody Davis almost picked that off. It glances off his hands into the waiting arms of Aaron Schmidt, the senior for Windsor. He falls across the goal line, and the Wizards have another touchdown. They are up 20-0 with 10:04 showing on the clock here in the second quarter.
Yeah, that ball was tipped by one player. You know, sometimes the breaks just go against you.
The hold is down, and that PAT is no good as Ellens hooks it. So 20-0 will be the score with 10:04 showing on the clock here in the second quarter. We'll step aside. You're listening to Mustang Football on B106 and B106.com. Mustang Football brought to you by Ackley Building Center, your one-stop center for projects around your home, office, or yard. Ackley Building Center, located at 1402 Mill Street in Brush. The Wizards from Windsor have a 20-0 lead here at Legion Field with 10:04 showing on the clock. And they will have Ellens tee it up at the 40-yard line. Two men back to receive. Interesting, after that touchdown was scored, Harrison Chisholm gathered the entire team on the sideline to try and rally the troops. Ellens' kick, all of a sudden there's a magnet to that far side of the field for every football that Ellens has put a foot to, as it goes out of bounds, and the Mustangs will take over with decent field position here.
That's what Fort Morgan needs, is a little bit of a break here. I know 20-0 sounds pretty dismal to the fans at home, but we've seen Fort Morgan come back on the road at Mountain View earlier this season, and I think if they just get a couple breaks, they can make this a game.
Well, Fort Morgan, after two drives already that have ended in fumbles and one drive that ended in an interception, will take over. 10:04 again on the clock, 35-yard line where the ball's placed as Martins turns, fakes the give, but will follow his blocker in Miranda, gain about a yard, and bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Chisholm down there on the sideline, when he had them all gathered around, talked to them about how the important thing is to believe in themselves and to keep trying and keep improving and not make the mistakes that have got them into this situation.
This isn't an unfamiliar situation for Fort Morgan, as they've been down before, and as we saw at Mountain View, they were able to come back from a 21-0 deficit. Check that, a 21-7 deficit. So this is not unfamiliar territory, but these players really struggling right now. As Martins will turn and hand the ball to Miranda, who will get back to the line of scrimmage, and we'll see a 3rd down and 8 play.
Looks like maybe Windsor's adjusted to that inside game, and now Martins needs to make that read and either pitch to the outside or keep it himself.
Not to talk down of what Harrison Chisholm has done, but the offense had tried to do some fancy things coming out with different looks, different formations, and it just, the players didn't really respond to that. And so now they've had to go back to what has worked in the past, but Windsor is making the equal adjustment and not allowing it to work. Miranda again has a big hole this time up through the middle. He's down to the 50-yard line. Call that a gain of 12, and he'll have a 1st down. The ball just shy of the 50-yard line in Fort Morgan territory.
Well, I guess that explains why I'm up in the booth and Chisholm's down on the field. He ran the inside play again on 3rd and long, and this time they got 12 yards and a 1st down and kept the drive going.
So we will call it the 49-yard line of Fort Morgan territory. Down 20-0, 8:27 and counting on the clock. Fitzsimmons to this near side, 2 men in the backfield for Martins, who goes under center. One of those men in the I formation is Alexander. Martins will fake the give, keep it himself, go through the middle of the line again, and he'll be down at the 45-yard line. A good game that time by Martins, and the offense starting to look like they're getting on the same page now as it's a 2nd and short.
Well, sometimes the offensive linemen, they know they're going up against a stellar defense. But if the coach says, I believe in you and we're going to run up the middle and we're going to take it at them, sometimes that gets your kids playing with a little more vigor.
Anderson spread wide to this near side. Fitzsimmons to the far side. Bohm in the backfield. Alexander dotting the I. This time, Bohm will get the carry. Goes through the middle of the line again. Picks up another couple yards, and it'll be a 3rd and 2.
Yeah, first carry for Bohm on the night. Miranda kind of the workhorse for Fort Morgan so far.
Well, they'll only credit him with the yard on the carry. They'll spot the ball at the 43-yard line, and it'll be a 3rd and 3, actually. Already facing a 3rd down play on this drive. Miranda with the big run to get the first down. Heavy set backfield. This time Bohm is the deep back. He will go off the right side of the line, and he will be just short of the first down. And I mean just short. It'll be a 4th and inches play, and we'll see what Harrison Chisholm elects to do here.
I think with the game going the way it is, you have to tell those linemen we believe in you. Let's try and get that yard. We've done it before.
So 4th and 1 to go here. The ball spotted at the 42. They need the 41 for the first down. Alexander checks back into the game. 2 fullbacks in. Miranda is one of them. Tight formation for Martins. Be a good time to see if he could draw an offsides play. No, he'll keep it himself, go through the middle of the line, and will have enough for the first down as he gains 3. Gets across the 49 to the 39, and it's 1st and 10.
There's that quarterback sneak, and I can't imagine any team that's playing Fort Morgan and done any scouting at all not know that that's what they're going to do. And yet Windsor didn't bring up any linebackers, and they had a split front, not covering the center on that play.
We'll see that same formation as Alexander, the deep back. He'll get the give, and he'll come to this near side. Pick up a few yards, be down just shy of the 35-yard line, and it'll be a 2nd and 6.
Fort Morgan now starting to spread the ball around to a lot of different players. We like to see that because that keeps the runners fresh.
An interesting stat here as I'm looking back through the drives. Fort Morgan, after having a two-play drive, a one-play drive, and four-play drives. Now on their 9th play here as the give goes inside for Fort Morgan. Jose Miranda with that one. He picks up a couple more yards, and it'll be a 3rd and short.
Yeah, he's definitely running hard tonight, and you got to reward a kid who's working hard by keep giving him the ball.
Interesting is Jose Miranda didn't have any offensive stats to speak of until last week against Berthoud, where he had 5 carries for 22 yards. And he's running hard here tonight. Again, the tight formation. Martins will keep it himself as he goes off the right side, gets back to about the line of scrimmage, maybe picks up a yard, and we'll see another 4th down play here on this drive.
And here it's 4th and 2, a little bit long for that quarterback sneak. It'll be interesting to see what call Chisholm makes on this one. He's got his quarterback over on the sideline, and they're conferring.
We'll see a big body come off for Fort Morgan. As Jared Bohm checks back into the game. So Bohm, Miranda, and Alexander in the backfield. Martins will turn, fake the give to Miranda, give it to Alexander, who leans forward, and he's going to be close to the first down. I believe the official on the near side has him as a first down. He's waved the clock dead.
That's going to be very close.
Oh, boy, the spot, I think. Oh, the spot just short. And it will be a turnover on downs as Alexander didn't get enough. So the 11th play of the drive, all runs on that drive. The 11th play finally sees a turnover on downs. And the Mustangs will stall out at the 30-yard line. Well, let's see here. They're going to measure. I don't think they can measure, can they?
I think the offensive team can request a measurement if they think it's close enough. On that particular play, the linesman from each sideline came in, and they went with the far side linesman, and he had a spot that was not quite as good.
Okay, now the official is doing some dancing here as he points for the Fort Morgan first down, then he turns and points for the Windsor first down. Harrison Chisholm all the way out past the numbers trying to get an explanation, really tearing into this official. Very poignant with his actions now as Chisholm trying to get some sort of explanation as to why there wasn't a measurement in the first place and why that spot wasn't where it should have been. I believe the spot was a little short of where Alexander went down, but I'm also further away than the officials are on the field.
And I was looking at the chains, didn't realize they'd already moved them and lined them up on the
They had already reset, so there was no way to even measure again, as this time the carry goes to Will Dresser for Windsor. He picks up 5, and it's a 2nd and 5. Windsor starts this drive here on the 30-yard line. They're now to the 35-yard line for this second down play. 3 minutes, 19 seconds here left in the first half. Sanger under center. He'll turn, hand the ball off to his fullback. No, keeps it himself. This time he'll pitch it to Schmidt coming around the edge. He'll be stopped just shy of the first down. And it'll be a 3rd and short.
Yeah, Schmidt's got kind of a interesting running style. He's a tall kid, 6'2". He looks a little lanky out there as he's running, but he's had several carries and some success.
He doesn't exactly equal what you would prototypically think of a running back in terms of body size and shape, but he's been successful so far. He spreads out wide this time. Sanger will keep it himself. He comes off the near side, gets tripped up by a tackler, bounces off of a man, spins down, and will be pushed back. We'll see what the officials say, because Sanger had enough for the first down, but after his second effort and he gets pushed back, I don't believe he's got enough for the first.
Right, if he would have gone down as he got knocked back about 3 yards, if he would have just fell down, they would have given the forward yards. But he started to make an effort to get back upfield, and that lost him that forward yardage.
So we'll see a 4th and inches play here. Spot the ball just inside the 40-yard line. And are we seeing the punting unit come on? There's a lot of changes going on here. Yeah, Porterfield is coming on to punt. I was watching warm-ups, and Porterfield took plenty of time to try and get these punts off. It'd be advantageous for Fort Morgan to try and block this. No men are deep for Fort Morgan as they were anticipating the fake. Porterfield gets off a good punt. It will be downed inside the 15 to the 12, the 11, and that's where Fort Morgan will take over with 1:23 showing on the clock here in the first half. Mustang football brought to you by Buildings by Design. The most important thing to buying a new building or starting a new design build project is picking the right company to build it. Call Pat Walter, Travis Lefevre, or Jared Samples for your free bid. 970-842-5837 or online at buildingsbydesign.com.
Yeah, I think Windsor's coach thinking, why even take a chance, even though it's 4th and 1 and your offense is getting a lot of yards. We're up 20-0 with 1.5 minutes left. Let's not even give the opportunity for Fort Morgan to have any momentum going in at half.
Prior to this game, Porterfield only had 1 punt down inside the 20. He's now doubled that with the punt here tonight at the 11-yard line where Fort Morgan takes over. Anderson spread to the near side. 2 men in the backfield, Alexander dotting the I. Martin's under center. Fakes the give inside. He'll throw again another risky option pitch. Alexander has nowhere to go as there's men in the backfield right on top of him. By the time he's receiving the football, he doesn't have any time, does Alexander, to make a move.
Absolutely. Windsor is just dominating the line of scrimmage on defense.
He barely gets back. No, they'll call it a loss of 2 yards. And we'll see a 2nd and 12 play. Martin's looking to pass this time. He's got plenty of time. Looking down the field, he will throw, and it's through the hands of Lance Cox, the man who has already picked off Martins tonight. Looking for his 2nd interception on the evening, but it falls incomplete. We'll see a 3rd and 13.
That's Martin's 4th attempt at passing, 3 incompletions and 1 interception for a touchdown.
Well, it's not a good way to build the old quarterback rating. Starting to see the fans get involved here as a spotty crowd with the cooler temperatures that we've had here tonight and the rain that we had earlier on. 51 seconds shows on the clock. Windsor leads 20-0. Martins is going to spread the field, go to the shotgun. 3 men to this near side, and now we'll have a whistle. I think Windsor calls a timeout. Windsor is calling a timeout. No, Windsor does not call a timeout. We'll get set again as they start the clock up again. Martin's in the shotgun. 3 men to the near side, 1 to the far side. Alexander flanking him. He'll receive the option pitch, and he'll come up through the far side of the line, get back to the original line of scrimmage, and fall across to the 15-yard line.
That was some really tough running by Alexander. He was almost hit immediately as he got the pitch again. The defensive ends and cornerbacks for Windsor must be able to read that it's a running play and are just coming up hard. Some play action pass might work for us in the second half.
To be fair, Fort Morgan hasn't shown that they can move the ball through the air during this game, so Windsor really keying in and pinning their ears back on the run game and getting to Martins and Alexander and Fitzsimmons and whoever else you want to throw back there. With Windsor D-line really disrupting and getting back there, making these plays hard for the Morgan offense. Zwetzig comes in to punt. He will be standing his heels at his goal line. 2 men deep for Windsor. As Zwetzig gets the punt off. Oh, this is a good punt. All the way to the 42 of Windsor territory. Lance Cox gets it there. He goes to the far side, shuffles, and steps out of bounds as he'll be ushered out. We'll call it the 41-yard line of Fort Morgan territory, so with 22.6 showing on the clock here, we'll see what kind of arm Joseph Sanger has, as they're only 41 yards away as Windsor from the end zone to really take advantage of the lead going into halftime.
Yeah, I guess you could take 2 looks at it. You know, your line's going to be able to hold out the defense. Might as well give your quarterback a chance to throw it downfield a couple times and get this out of hand.
Sanger has 2 men spread to this near side. He'll roll as he's looking to pass to this near side. The pass will be caught in bounds by Aaron Schmidt. He falls out of bounds to stop the clock at the 30-yard line, so a pickup of, well, I'll call it just shy of the 30, so it'll be a pickup of 10.
And he got out of bounds. Stop the clock.
And he had enough for the first down as they reset the chains now. 14 seconds on the clock. Windsor looking to add to their 20-0 lead. Ball spotted at the near hash, 30-yard line. Sanger turns, pitches to Porterfield, who goes off the left side. He's got plenty of room out there and some blockers. He'll be tackled as he crosses the 20, gets down to about the 15, and Windsor will take another timeout. They took a timeout earlier after the 3rd down play went for naught for Fort Morgan. So that is their 2nd timeout of the half. Porterfield's run good for the first down. And the ball will be at the 18-yard line. 7.8 seconds remaining.
Probably have one try at putting up in the zone, and that should be about it for the half.
Believe Windsor just has 1 timeout left. Fort Morgan football brought to you by Morgan Federal Bank, your one-stop shop for all of your banking and investment needs, from checking to savings to IRAs. 321 Ensign Street, Morgan Federal Bank. There's a difference. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. So after the 30-second timeout, we're going to see a field goal try here from Ellens. He was 0 for 1 coming into the night, has already missed a field goal attempt, 0 for 2 on the season now. The spot is down, the kick is up, and it is short, and it'll be fielded by Fort Morgan, and they won't let him come out of the end zone because it would be a touchback with 1.5 seconds on the clock. A heads-up play, though it didn't work for Fort Morgan, as Franco is back there to receive the field goal try, but in high school, if you receive the ball in the end zone, it is an automatic touchback. That was a field goal try of 35 yards. That was short.
It's always nice to, in a situation like that where you really don't have a chance of, a good chance of getting a touchdown, why not give that kicker another chance? Maybe he hits one, he gets some confidence, and later on down the season it pays off for you.
The Mustangs will line up in the victory formation, even though they are down. It's just the name of the formation. They'll take a knee here and run out the clock. And that is what Martins does. So at the end of one half here at Legion Field, the Windsor Wizards leading 20-0 over the Mustangs. We'll have a halftime stats and analysis, as well as take a look at what else is going on in the Tri-Valley League. When we come back, you're listening to Mustang Football on B106 and B106.com.